Imagine a high-speed railway connecting two nations, bridging gaps not just in geography, but also in culture, economy, and opportunity. This is exactly what Ghana and Burkina Faso are working towards. In a historic meeting between Ghana's President John Mahama and Burkina Faso's Captain Ibrahim Traoré, these leaders put their heads together for an ambitious plan that could reshape the economic landscape of West Africa. But what's behind this collaboration, and why is it so important not just for these two countries, but for the whole of West Africa?
So this particular rail line is going to come from the southern part of Ghana off to Burkina Faso, and that's really a massive project that is going to cost billions of dollars.
Ghana and Burkina Faso are more than just neighbors. Their histories, cultures, and economies are deeply intertwined. For centuries, they've shared trade routes, exchanged ideas, and built connections far beyond geography. But like many nations, they've faced hurdles that have held them back, both individually and collectively. Let's not forget that Ghana is a country with so much potential. Natural resources like gold, cocoa, and bustling ports. But here's the catch. While the coastal areas are thriving, the inland regions and some neighboring countries don't have the infrastructure they need to tap into that prosperity fully. Ghana's growth has often been held back by this lack of connectivity, limiting how far its prosperity can reach. Then there's Burkina Faso, a landlocked country with a ton of potential, rich in culture, cotton, and gold. But being landlocked comes with some big challenges. Without direct access to the sea, Burkina Faso relies on its neighbors, like Ghana, to transport its goods. This dependence introduces a range of logistical issues, including increased transportation costs, delays, and inefficiencies. Such obstacles are common for landlocked nations and often hinder their economic growth by raising the cost of trade and limiting their ability to compete effectively in the global marketplace. So, what happens when Ghana and Burkina Faso leaders meet to discuss these issues? It's not just your typical diplomatic gathering. Ghana's President John Mahama and Burkina Faso's Captain Ibrahim Traoré didn't just come together to exchange pleasantries. They saw the bigger picture. President Mahama emphasized the two nations' deep historical and cultural ties, calling Ghanaians and Burkinabés the same people divided by colonization. He strongly cooperated with Burkina Faso in the face of militant threats and highlighted how crucial collaboration is for lasting peace and development. This meeting wasn't just about discussions. It led to significant agreements, including a cooperation framework for a railway connecting the two countries and memoranda on security, sports, and education. Before diving into the specifics of the railway, it's important to reflect on the shared history that ties Burkina Faso and Ghana together. As President Mahama so aptly put it, Ghanaians and Burkinabés are essentially one people separated by colonial borders. For centuries, their ancestors lived, traded, and prospered. The borders that divide them today are nothing more than artificial lines that don't diminish the cultural and familial bonds they share. The railway project becomes more than just a piece of infrastructure. It symbolizes their shared history and a commitment to moving forward together. It serves as a literal and symbolic bridge, connecting their nations and offering a path to mutual prosperity and growth. If you're still watching this video, it means you're loving it. Why not take a quick second to hit that like button? Done it? Let's continue. Picture a high-speed rail system that bridges countries, seamlessly breaking down barriers that once hindered trade and mobility. Goods that once required days to transport can now be delivered in mere hours, slashing costs and increasing efficiency. For traders, this is more than just a convenience. It's an essential tool for transforming business. But the ripple effect extends far beyond the world of commerce. Consider the farmers in Burkina Faso, who rely on crops like mangoes, cotton, and millet. In the past, getting these fresh goods to market in neighboring Ghana was a race against time. With slow transport, products would spoil before reaching their destination, forcing farmers to sell at a loss or accept reduced prices. With the railway, they have direct access to faster routes, ensuring their harvest stays fresh and can be sold fairly, improving their livelihoods. The impact is equally transformative for students in Ghana and Burkina Faso. Pursuing higher education or specialized training across the border has long been a daunting challenge due to long travel times and logistical hurdles. The railway opens up new possibilities, making it easier for students to attend universities or participate in programs abroad, enhancing their educational prospects. As of now, most goods from Burkina Faso are transported by road through neighboring countries like Ivory Coast or Togo, making the journey long and often cumbersome. This means businesses in Burkina Faso face high transportation costs, making products more expensive in international markets. Furthermore, the lack of a direct railway system means businesses cannot capitalize on rail transport's speed and cost efficiency. In Ghana, the port of Tema is vital in providing goods to Burkina Faso and other landlocked countries. However, moving goods overland from the port to Burkina Faso remains challenging. While Ghana is working on improving its road infrastructure, introducing a railway system connecting the two countries would bring immense benefits. Not only would it shorten the transit time for goods, but it would also reduce the carbon footprint, making it a more sustainable option. And then we have tourism. Both Ghana and Burkina Faso have so much to offer: rich cultures, natural beauty, and deep history. Ghana is home to landmarks like the Cape Coast Castle and the energetic cities of Accra, while Burkina Faso's striking landscapes and lively festivals offer something entirely different. By making travel easier, this new railway opens up these destinations for more regional visitors. It's not just about boosting tourism, it's about creating new opportunities for local businesses and communities to grow through the visitors who come to experience what these countries offer. However, the railway is only part of a larger vision shared by the leaders of these two nations. They're also looking at ways to deepen their connection through education by offering scholarships, student exchange programs, and working together on research. It's about giving the next generation a chance to learn from each other, to build on shared knowledge, and to create stronger bonds. This is a chance to connect on a deeper level, not just through infrastructure, but through collaboration that strengthens both nations. The success of these initiatives, however, is closely tied to security. Both countries recognize that none of their other efforts can succeed without peace. In West Africa, instability, driven by insurgency, cross-border crime, and political volatility, can derail progress in every sector. To address this, Ghana and Burkina Faso have prioritized joint security operations, intelligence sharing, and community-driven initiatives to create a safer, more stable environment. The idea is to respond to security threats and proactively address the root causes of unrest, such as poverty, education gaps, and lack of employment opportunities. Looking at why these two nations are working so closely together, the answer is rooted in the complementary strengths they bring to the table. With its vital coastline and bustling ports, Ghana has access to the global markets that landlocked Burkina Faso desperately needs. For Burkina Faso, Ghana's ports represent a lifeline to international trade. Without these connections, Burkina Faso's potential for economic growth would be severely hampered. In return, Burkina Faso offers Ghana access to crucial agricultural resources and raw materials, including gold, resources that Ghana depends on for its economic growth. Their partnership creates a mutually beneficial relationship where Ghana secures the resources it needs, and Burkina Faso gains access to trade routes that would otherwise be inaccessible. But this relationship is not just about economics, it's also deeply rooted in history and shared cultural identity. The people who live along the Ghana-Burkina Faso border have long shared more in common than with the capitals of their respective countries. The languages spoken are often similar, traditions are shared, and in many cases, families have members living on both sides of the border. These deep connections create a unique bond that transcends political boundaries and reminds both nations that they have much more in common than what divides them. For these communities, the border is not an obstacle. It's a bridge that connects them to their neighbors and helps foster a sense of regional unity. However, despite these strong cultural ties, political and economic challenges have sometimes hindered full cooperation. Tariffs, trade regulations, and occasional leadership disputes have created obstacles, making it harder to unlock this partnership's potential fully. However, The current collaboration is different. Both nations have recognized that their futures are intertwined, and they are actively working together to pool their resources, align their strategies, and build a sustainable future that benefits both. This partnership is no longer just about short-term trade agreements. It's about creating a long-term vision of shared prosperity that will grow stronger over time. Ghana focuses on developing its coastal cities and ensuring that its inland areas benefit from the same growth and opportunities. Without strong regional partnerships, these inland areas might be left behind. Similarly, Burkina Faso understands that it has abundant natural resources and needs access to a reliable export route to unlock its economic potential. The partnership between Ghana and Burkina Faso is the key to both nations' long-term growth, and the collaboration extends far beyond just exchanging goods. At the heart of this partnership is a vision for a brighter future built on mutual respect, trust, and the belief that success comes through cooperation. It's not about one country dominating the other. It's about both nations coming together as equal partners to build something greater than the sum of its parts. This model could inspire other African countries to forge similar collaborations, leading to a more interconnected, prosperous, and peaceful continent. However, none of this progress will matter if the region remains insecure. West Africa has long been plagued by political instability, insurgencies, and civil unrest, factors that could undo all of the advancements in infrastructure, trade, and education. Ghana and Burkina Faso have recognized this threat and are taking proactive steps to address it. Their security strategies are focused on military operations and addressing the root causes of insecurity. By investing in education, healthcare, and employment, the nations aim to reduce poverty and give young people the tools they need to build better lives, thereby cutting off one of the key drivers of insurgent recruitment. Ultimately, this partnership between Ghana and Burkina Faso represents more than just a series of agreements or projects. It is a vision for the future of West Africa, one where unity, collaboration, and shared values drive progress across borders. While the railway, sports programs, and educational exchanges are significant milestones, the real value lies in the deeper connections they foster between the people and governments of these two nations. The success of this partnership is already being felt, setting the stage for a brighter, more interconnected future for the entire region. This is the end of our program today. See you in the next video. Please like and subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get new video updates. Thank you for watching.